Yumiko and I are off to a slow start. We weren't feeling good. Neither of us were feeling good last night. We thought we were coming down with something. In fact, I don't think we are. I think we're okay. So we're doing our usual thing, helping Dad get set up and situated. Well, he's just got so much, right? He's old, right? And I told her, this is great practice because Yumiko's exhibiting a lot of patience with Dad as he's not clearly communicating his needs. And we were talking about how that's great patience for what Emily will have to endure one day. Most likely. Okay, so this is pretty good. So we're going to get red ballpoint pen. I'm going to look around for a few things. Maybe I'll show you a few things. This is interesting. You can have these magnets, but Japanese characters. You can make writing with it. Handicraft tools. That's clever. Hiragana. Apuriya. Like for the reply, so they're not magnetic, they're for applications. Interesting. 400 yen. We're back at Dad's house. Yumiko's gonna warm up his lunch. We're not gonna stay, just in case we do have something. We don't want to expose Dad to it. But I want to tell you about a really heartwarming, touching event that just happened. We went to the post office. Happens to be the same post office that I used to go to when I was an antique dealer. Went there a lot. For a couple of years, maybe 2 years into my antique business, and in the third year I set it up so that they would come to me when I got the little office down here, Suruga Trading Services. I would still go there sometimes. Anyway, for the 2 years that I went there nearly daily, when the business was doing great for the first couple of years there, building up to it, I got to know all the staff there. I would bring everyday shipments in, drop them off, and had it all portioned out by airmail, EMS, etc. I knew the whole rigmarole. I knew everybody there. Went in there today, and it was like walking back in time. Immediately, the clerk that always helped me, was right there, and she came over, and she's like it was yesterday. She just simply said, "Long time no see. It's been a while. How have you been?" And she looked exactly the same. And we had a nice exchange, and I told her that I've moved back and I'm living nearby. And she said, "Will you be coming back in again?" I didn't tell her about starting my business again, but I said, "Yeah, this is my post office again." And then after that, the manager, who used to sit in the back and he would oversee things, he still sits back there. Nobody's changed. They're all sitting exactly where they used to. He came around and welcomed me back as well. He looked exactly the same. Everything was exactly the place that it used to be. Even the paper cutout of the police officer at the door with a stern look on his face was the same. It was the most comprehensive and deepest moment of deja vu all over again since coming back. But one of the things that's been hallmark in this is that throughout my experience of returning to Yara, I've been welcomed back by so many people. Everywhere I go, people remember me and they welcome me back, and so deeply and sincerely and earnestly. It's very touching, and all the more reason why I can see that people go home sometime in their life. For being a person that never really had a good solid home to go home to, and never, maybe by virtue of that fact, never really created one. My home was always wherever I was with my wife, and then when my daughter came along, wherever I was with my wife, my family. And now again, it's wherever I am with my wife and her dogs. Finding a reason to be grounded is all the more meaningful. And here I am. My father-in-law and sister-in-law's house. My house just up the river there. Actually, should be sending over we're going to try again for the second round of payment to get the money across today. If we're successful at that, then we're 9/10 of the way there. This is coming home. All right, we should have Dad's stuff warm up. We'll head home and have lunch with our dogs. Lunch at home with the dogs, and then attempt a money transfer, and then we'll move on with our day. Mostly probably just spending the rest of the day at home, making sure that we're not sick. And more importantly, making sure we're not getting anybody else sick. All right. We're going up our scary elevator, the one that, here it goes, the light goes on. Oh no! This is the same elevator that doesn't stop all the way at the floor. Sometimes it stops and it's like a big gap. You gotta stumble out of the thing. It's like out of a horror movie. We've reported it. But lunch today is pretty simple. We've got katsudan for 630 yen. That's about $5, maybe less than $5, $4.50. Good deal. And Yumiko made some nice tea, and she's got something over there. What is that?
unagi and saba.
Oh, unagi, that's good to have when you're not feeling well. It's good and healthy. And we got our show to watch, our dogs to watch us, and then after that we'll try to transfer some money over. Yep. All right. I don't know exactly how I feel. Incredible. We did it. Got the money's across. The money's in our bank account. We did it together, sitting side by side. We had all the paperwork. She had her notebook. I had my notebook. We had the spreadsheet open. We sat there one step of the day. I had my phone with the American bank account stuff information. You had your phone with the Japanese bank account. It's our second time to practice it, and it all worked. And how do you feel?
Surreal.
We're gonna have a house. Yeah. I guess that we can't say it's all done until it's done, but right?
Right.
Yeah. I told her that I feel a little bit like, a man that's done everything that I'm supposed to do, and it's a little scary because then now what, right? To raise a kid, be a good citizen, be a good employee, all that stuff. But I guess it's up to me to do something about it. Right? Each of us.
And I told him that he'll never hear from me again with all this money at my disposal.
That's right.
And you have no access to it.
That's now I've always, I will now, and I have forever been reliant on your beneficence, my dear.
You've been great.
You've been
See
great.
ya.
See you later. Well, at least I've got a dog. All right, on with the next step. And we're both feeling a little better, not so sick? I think we're okay. Little sick, okay. Carry on. Okay, I went out for a walk, my first walk in freedom. Yeah, like I said, freedom from everything. I'm done with it all. It's all just gravy now. But it doesn't mean I'm taking it lightly. I'll have to always have that qualifier. And I was I'm at the bench, and I was talking to one of the employees. It was interesting. She asked me where I was from. She's a foreigner. And it was interesting. I asked her impression of Japan. I won't say it, but it was interesting to hear. And I have my American dog go for a walk. Okay, I'm walking back from our house up there. I went up there to go to our little snack vendor, and there are three yaki imo for 100 yen. It's like 33 cents each, or less than that, like a quarter each. Yeah, something like that. A quarter each, yeah, it is. And then I got some gemme crackers and also some potatoes. Sweet potato, like dried sweet potatoes that Yumiko likes. So I'm all snacked up from our new neighbor. Anyway, I wanted to do two things as I walk back along the river. I'll go by Dad's house. I think I saw he was sitting outside, and give him a bag of these potatoes. First thing is regarding the thing that I mentioned earlier about my work here is done, which might be the title of tonight's video or of post. What I mean by that is that the hard work of adulting, with the exception of three things. The hard work of adulting feels like it's done with the movement of the money over, with the exception of three things. One, my continued responsibilities to my daughter and my family and my community. And when grandkids come, that too. So this is all that's big. Two is the responsibility that I have to my mother, and that time is coming. And then three, the ongoing responsibility that I choose to take on and continue to carry, which is, as I've talked about repeatedly, my life's purpose, the continuing promotion of the Good Life Creed per my book, Going Alone. So, with that said, though, with the funds transfer over, the active day-to-day engagement of the adulting is done, because from now on with a house purchase, it's all in Yumiko's hands. She's the native here. She's the one that's going to we'll sit together with the realtors, but she'll be the one that signs everything and nods everything. I'll just sit there and smile and do my best to support her, because I don't know what the heck's going on. I'm an alien here in so many deep ways. So it feels like that's done. So I've got to rally myself right away to not fall into the hole that I mentioned in yesterday's video, that I see so many, including my father-in-law I mentioned earlier, falling into with as soon as he stopped driving. When we give up our responsibilities, we give up something else. We give up something that's, to quote Dr. Strangelove, our life-giving, what did he call it? Bodily fluids, but in this case, our vital and reason to live. So the second thing I want to do is my good life meditation for today. Here we go, real quick. We're almost at Dad's house. See, it's not a long walk from our house to his house. I do this every day to remember my life objectives and principles. Those are outlined in my book, Going Alone. I also go over the last 24 hours to see how I did with the various challenges and opportunities that I met. I recite the 8 objectives of my creed. I plan for tomorrow, and I prepare myself for death. 1, how did I do with yesterday and last night? Slept good? I thought I was sick. I think I'm not. It was a good day. I mostly just rested and hung out in my little room with the dog all day, eating meals and just hanging out and napping. So I feel very vital right now, if not a little lethargic. As for the creed, it consists of the following 8 objectives: to be always ready to die, to make good and effective use of time, to develop and maintain good and sound life principles, to cultivate good emotional reactions, to perform good actions relative to my creed, to exercise good, to make good and effective utilization of time, to keep my balance. That's it, right? Yeah. As for tomorrow, tonight Yumiko and I are going to celebrate a little bit. Not a big celebration. We'll go have a big celebration this weekend, but we're going to celebrate a little bit at home. No beer for me, just in case, but we'll celebrate nonetheless in our quiet way. We know how to make celebrations out of the moments that deserve them without even marking the moment in any way. It's a subtle thing that comes with age and being together for a long time. Am I ready for death? Well, my affairs are now one step closer to being in order. My relationships are sound, and my life's work is complete. So yeah, I can die at any moment. Doesn't mean I want to. Doesn't mean I haven't got more to live for. It just means that I'm ready should that moment come. And with that, I'm almost at Dad's house. So I'll say until the next clip. Take care. I just realized I forgot to check Mount Fuji today. How's it look? Ooh. It's okay, boys. It's okay. She's Mount Fuji. No need to get upset at the great mountain. It's nice. Yumiko put together a sashimi feast. Maguro plenty. Meat, pickles, miso soup, rice. We have the new umeboshi.
Oh, I forgot to
I'll go get it. And we got our show. And we're still transfer is complete. And then my new hairstyle.
Nice.
No, itadakimasu. Okay, we're wrapping the night up with the dog walk. Yumiko stayed home because she's still recovering, although I think she's pretty much mostly back together again with Yoko. Yoko, did you have a good day?
Yeah.
Yeah? All right. Well, we're almost back. It's not too cold. All right. Have a good day, everybody. Finish up this walk. Good night.